back with everybody's favorite video game. Yes, indeed, in terms of general consensus amongst all the cool YouTube personalities out there, everybody just loves Balan Wonderworld. It's right up there with the all-time greats. You got Half-Life 2, you got Mario 67, Anyway, yeah, everybody, this joke isn't going anywhere, let's just move on. So yeah, we got any more silly costumes to put on in this level? That's generally the theme. Here's some fun audience participation we can do here. What are your ideas for funny costumes they could put in Balan Wonderland? They could have Hulk hands. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. They could have a Vladimir Lenin costume. Yeah, people would love that. People love communism nowadays. You go on Reddit and there's all those edgy teenagers making jokes about communism every day. They'd be all for that. This would probably save the game. I can picture the Reddit posts now.
You know, at first I was against Balan Wonderland, but then when they introduced the Vladimir Lenin costume, well, that really just changed things for me.
I don't know. People who go on Reddit are weird and they smell bad, and I hate them. So here's a costume change land, I guess. This one definitely wasn't in the demo. There's just an Xbox-themed mech suit. That doesn't even fit the theme. The rest of these are supposed to be whimsical, stupid-looking woodland creatures, and then you got something straight out of what's the name of some sci-fi game? Whatever. So anyway, all these animals are cheering on your cool new tank. They're wholeheartedly supporting the military-industrial complex. They cheer on your rampage of death and destruction. Who knew such adorable woodland creatures were capable of such a thing? Is that the message of this game? Well, that's gonna be the takeaway anyway. That's my interpretation, is Balan Wonderworld supports the military-industrial complex. You know, that actually is a theme in games sometimes. There was a Digimon Cyber Sleuth back in the day, and they had a subplot about how there was a far-off country that was trying to weaponize the idea of Digimon, and they introduced us to this new Digimon that was like a talking tank, and yeah, that was a good subplot. Digimon Cyber Sleuth all around was a fantastic game. Not good for this channel, though. Too much talking. Oh no, we've got shadowy figures trying to slap us. I made a bit of a frightened slip there for a second. Oh god. I can never have mainstream appeal. I'm too abrasive. But anyway, let's just focus on the task at hand. So, you got the Harry Potter thingamawhat's it again? Just kinda odd how they just have that blatant rip-off in there. Yuji Naka don't care. Or maybe the lady who writes Harry Potter will get inspired by this game when she sees that they stole her idea. See, here's how it's gonna start. Some white knight is gonna play Balan Wonderworld and see the thing that looks like the Quidditch thingamawhat's-it, and their first thought is,
I have to report this to J.K. Rowling, internet justice and blah blah blah.
So then J.K. Rowling's gonna see this because all the Ravenous fans are gonna harass her about it, and then J.K. Rowling will play Balan Wonderworld and get inspired, and then she'll write a new Harry Potter book, and it'll be called Harry Potter and the Little Boy in the Pig Costume. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what's gonna happen. I got lost for a little while in the game, so we had to cut all of that out. How the hell can you really get lost in just this simple linear, whatever you want to call it? I am but a fool. A damn fool if there ever was one. So yeah, this costume's a wee bit overpowered. You just gotta stand there and let it take care of the rest. Whose idea was it to introduce semi-realistic guns to this magical fantasy land of bright colors and happy creatures? Oh, there goes the shadowy thing. Barely even stood a chance. Well, that's what it gets for standing in the way of the military-industrial complex. Dearie. So, there's the weird, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. The weird orange bendy glass tree thing. I'm not good at describing things. My brain is broken. And it's all Balan Wonderworld's fault. So here we're coming up on boss number 1. Oh wait, no, first we gotta watch this doofy cutscene. So yeah, corn is definitely the theme of this game. You do wonder where some of the inspirations from this came from. If they just filmed Yuji Naka sleep talking and they overheard something about corn, so there you go, we got a corn level, do it, make it happen. So according to all those other fine people on the internet who just absolutely despise this game, apparently these cutscenes would make more sense if they were at the beginning of the level, rather than the end. I might have pointed that out when I played the demo. I don't recall right off, that was a month ago, but yeah, I can kind of see what they're going for, though, that we should probably know the farmer's backstory before we start the level, rather than afterwards. But that's just the Yuji Naka trademark to make strange and inexplicable decisions. So, Discount Real is gonna use his tentacles to take over the farmer. I've seen enough hentai in my day to know that whenever tentacles come into play, things cannot end well, but thankfully that was pretty tame. I mean, this game is rated E after all, nothing too crazy's gonna happen. And he was living inside that tornado the whole time. You know, looking at this a second time, I'm starting to realize that the wolf costume was kinda foreshadowing this in a sense, because the wolf jumps and turns into a tornado. And then this boss is also a wolf that comes out of a tornado, so perhaps there's a correlation there. There are common themes throughout these levels. Corn, and tornadoes, and wolves, and... You think the reason they did the tornado wolves is just because Yuji Naka wanted to have Crash Bandicoot in there? I mean, probably not. That's actually a pretty stupid question to ask. So yeah, once again this tank saves the day. Speaking of tanks, do you ever play Tank for the Wii U? I didn't, but I heard about it. It looked good, but then some douchey naysayer in the comments was all,
this is gonna cost $60,
and then nobody bought it. So here's that often made fun of scene. I'm gonna put some funny music over it. Something that's not copyrighted, though. That's gonna be challenging. Yeah, I've got mixed feelings about that scene, to be quite frank. I mean, obviously, just like everybody else when I first saw it, my reaction was just horror and disgust, but now that I've seen it at least 3 times, I don't know, it's kinda grown on me. You start to get accustomed to all this weird, stupid shit. I guess you do anything enough times and you just get used to it. So he's real bemused by the corn. He grows corn for a living, but somehow that particular group of corn stalks is just amazing. I guess maybe he's got dementia, and in his mind this is the first time he's ever seen corn. I don't frickin' know. So, looking at those statues, here's an oversight on the developer's part. I don't know if anyone else has pointed this out, but shouldn't Balan be the main character of the game? I mean, they got his picture on the box and the game is named after him, but then you actually turn it on and you don't actually play as the character, you just play as some generic kid. Something completely forgettable, like what's his name is like Danny Nadelko or something. It'd be like if they released a game that was just called Mario, and it had Mario's picture on the box, and then you play the game and Mario is nowhere to be found. You'd return that shit to the store is what you'd do. I'm being too hard on this game. Isn't it so bad? I guess. Mixed feelings, to be sure.